Hey, good morning, guys. How's everything going? Hey, I wanted to talk about how everything's relative. You guys ever think about this? One thing, like something that like someone could like look down upon, or like think that you're doing bad. Someone else could like look up to or think that you're doing good or something, right? Like everything is relative, you know. I think so. I think that to me, like I get confused. This is just something that confuses me a little bit, but it is like a true thing. Like here's like just a personal example that I deal with is like yeah, I work a minimum wage job, right? And so like one person could look down upon that. One person could say like, oh, you know, why are you doing that? You need to be doing something better. Like that's not good, you know, like they could look down on it. But then someone else could be like, man, oh, you got a job? Like you got like you know, I've dealt with this, like specifically this has happened to me where I've had some people look down on me because of what I do, and then some people are like, man, yeah, are they hiring? You know, like, can I get a job? You know, like people would come up to me on the street and like, you know, so that's very relative, right? Like that's, you know, someone could be jealous. Someone could look down on me and think that I'm a loser, and then another person could look at me and be jealous of me and what would I have? Like, so it's very relative, right? And even like another example was like in jail. Like when I got into the program to go live at a homeless shelter out of jail, like, you know, someone could look at that, you know, who's never been homeless or never, you know, and think about, oh man, you had to live at a homeless shelter. Like that's, you know, they could look down on that. But then a lot of people in jail that I was with were jealous. I shouldn't have told anybody that I got into that program because a lot of people, they weren't like happy for me and stuff. They didn't have the reaction that I thought. They were kind of, you know, jealous. You know, one guy even showed me this letter that he wrote to try to get into the program that I got into. You know, I was like, oh man, I'm sorry. I don't know why I got it and you didn't, you know. So yeah, everything is relative, man. It's kind of confusing when you think about it. You're just like, man, you know, like, yeah. And I feel like, you know, with the expectations and stuff, like it's like, you know, when it's like sometimes you're like, man, you know, like I wonder about like a certain person, like maybe certain, like they'll look at me individually or something compared to someone else. Like maybe I have this job and the expectations of me are that I should be doing something else, whereas somebody else who has the same job, they might be just happy that that person has a job at all. So like the expectations and stuff can be a little different, and I think that that's a little weird, right, to like, you know, puts, you know, more higher expectations on one person as to someone else. That's kind of, isn't that a little bit kind of unfair? Like, you know, like shouldn't we all, you know, like why would you, you know, make someone else, you know, because I would be jealous. Like to me, it'd be, you know, I'd be like, man, you know, like that, you know, that person's not getting anybody is, you know, they're just happy that that person has a job, whereas for me it's not good enough, you know. It's like like, you know, you need to be, you know, doing, you know, trying, whereas like so I'd be like, man, you know, like why do you look at me not the same as you look at that other person who, you know, why are the expectations of me higher than that person, you know, whereas we do, you know. So that stuff's kind of weird, right? But yeah, everything's relative, you know. These things can be kind of confusing, you know, but so that's where the thing where you're like, you know, there's not, you have to just kind of like go with it and do your own thing and not worry about, because yeah, everybody's going to have different opinions and expectations, and, you know, it's going to see things in a different way from what they've experienced, and the way that they're coming, you know, where they're comparing themselves. People a lot of times are making comparisons and they don't even know it, but so they're doing that comparison to where if they feel like that they're below you or something, or not doing as well as you, they're gonna see you as, you know, they're gonna be jealous of you. Whereas if they're above or something, or they're gonna be like, oh, you know, like, you know, they are able to you know, feel like that they're better than you or something. But yeah, it's alright, it's okay, it's coming together in relative ways. Yeah. Remember that song where and You Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead? Yeah, that's a good band. Early 2000s. I saw them live. They were good. Yeah, back in Atlanta. I went to shows and stuff like in late middle school, high school, early high school. That album got a 10 on Pitchfork. That was a big deal back then. People were like, whoa, they barely ever give a 10.0. And that Source Tags and Code, that album, I remember on the Pitchfork message boards, there was a big discussion. I used to be a nerd on the Pitchfork message boards and stuff back in the day. It was called Pitchfork Media Smackdown. And that's kind of like instant messenger era, but like before social media and Facebook and stuff. Yeah, everybody was on message boards. But yeah, that was back in the day. Anyways, you guys have a good day. It's all coming together in relative ways.